get these. Let's get this shack warmed up. W3 by.
Language. It's a series of libraries, essentially, of routines that have been written by people that you can then use, and you don't have to write it yourself. And they're really handy to have to extend the ability of the language to handle processes that you might have in mind to have worked on. In this case, it's instrument control and data file handling. And so I've been working on that. Learning how to use the IDE. It's called Integrated Development Environment. That's what it is. IDE, Integrated Development Environment. And it's really handy to have, but it's quite complicated for this, the one I picked up. And so I had to get some videos and watch them from on YouTube to see how to set the thing up and let somebody tell me what they see this is and how to do a few things, and that takes a bit of time to do. So I did a little bit of that as well, and work about 2:30, 2 o'clock. So yeah, there's activity here all the time, and didn't leave the house at all yesterday. That is, well, I guess I can't say that. Strictly speaking, I did go out in the yard. I didn't leave the property. I did. Oh, I got we're having a battle with squirrels. And the squirrels are really clever devices. You know, I have a string of lights that go out to a tree that is over the top of a patio that's outside, an outdoor patio, a deck, effectively. The deck was here with a pool when we bought the house. I had to repair the deck when the pool was taken out to fix that up. Last winter, she wanted to have a bird feeder outside. So her sister's husband had built one out of white PVC piping. I think it was a 2-inch pipe. So I went to Home Depot and bought a 12-foot piece of that, plus a T and 2 right angles, and I made a little on top of the pole, which I can hang with the bird. Well, that's ridiculous notion because squirrels can climb up that slippery pipe without a problem. It's just unbelievable what they can do. So one night, we're watching them climb up and saying, well, they're going to get that easy. And the next morning, we get up, and 2 of the light bulbs are missing. They've been chewed off and completely gone. They're not under the deck, you know, there isn't any broken glass anywhere. They're just gone. And we've never seen them since. So I guess up in the nest somewhere there's a light bulb or 2, complete with sockets. So it's just a that way. Anyway, so We have to get a bird feeder that the squirrels can't get at. It's always a fun thing to do. So I pulled a tree over on the other side of the house and hung one down from the tree very high on a very thin piece of rope. That is at the height of the kitchen window. The squirrels on the upstairs is that they leap off the roof and about 5-6 feet and then hang on to onto that feeder and then swing with it and then drop to the ground. And the ground is, and it's probably 10 feet up, so it's going to be fun to see whether they beat that or not. N1SNG, K1IC.
This squirrel syndrome. It sounds like they're having fun with you, Gary. We're getting told they're all infected. I had to do the same. Instead of using rope, though, I had some number 12 insulated black wire. So it's almost, it's almost transparent to their stereo vision. And they go buggers trying to figure it out. 6 feet away from the house, that's pretty close. They could figure that one out. But we got some road squirrels out here, and they were very distracted. They were chewing up a lot of stuff. They came in here one spring, and they chewed up all the buds off the apple trees. And they made havoc of the maple trees. They cut off all the new growth. It's just amazing. But the increase of red-tailed hawks in this area has, I think, curtailed a lot of that. There's some balance going on. But yeah, the squirrels, that's true. I don't know if they're teasing or what, but I've finished the food supply and turned it to a sister. That would attract them. We eliminated that. We were using sunflower seed and then maybe trail mix.
I feel famous, you know? I got the lights on me. I feel famous, you know?
The golfer snap. Watch this.
Yeah. He got me. You're gonna be famous, bro. You're gonna be famous.
W2 SDR. I hear you in there, backscatter. Good morning, Pop. W3 MMR.
Yeah, I was just seeing if I could tell from your live feed, but no, we don't have any conditions.
Yeah, no. I was up on down on 160 listening to Glenn and them. They're down there. I don't know how much longer they'll be there for.
Yeah, I heard them up there. They're carrying them up there on 160. I didn't hear anybody.
Yeah, I would imagine the band will shorten up here soon. Starting to get light out. I was waiting for Dan. Usually shows up. He's probably in the background listening. I saw another carrier in there. KD4UMU usually gets on here Sunday mornings. But yeah, still a little early for us.
Your signal came up a little bit that time, but just static and poor conditions.
We can get on sideband if you want. Are you on the ANAN?
Yeah, you want to get on sideband?
Yeah, you want to go down to 72?
Yeah, okay, I think that's
Yeah, or some frequency around there. It looks open. W3MMR QSY to 3872-ish. All right.
W2. Do you copy?
Yeah.
Box. This is working for some reason.
Sorry, I had to restart my USB mic for you. The audio was dropping out. That was weird.
Yeah, hold on a second.
W3 MMR, hello radio. Hold on, I'm testing something here, sorry. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. W3 MMR. Chester, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
W3 MMR 1222.
I got it, Vox working now.
Alright, there we go. Now we got Vox on and we're all set.
Hey, you're coming on the sideband. That audio sounds good on that Fusion, don't it?
I mean, that was like as good as it gets.
I'm telling you, that mode is great. The audio is great, and he's just using the HT, no external microphone or nothing.
So he was just on an HT, no base station or none.
Oh, I mean, if you had a base station and you hooked up a microphone, I guess it could be better than that, but it sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah, I don't really see it being able to sound much better, to be honest with you, but I think it sounds fantastic.
You used your, that Henry working, okay?
Oh yeah, it's working fine. It's pumping out 1400 watts at the moment. Keeping the shack warm. It was like 85 degrees in here when I went to bed. I wake up this morning, it's like 61 out here.
Yeah, I'm running about 100 watts, I guess, something like that. Yeah, it's cool out this morning. I opened the sliding doors to the deck like Mario and it's 9:52 here this morning, and it's going up to 68, so it ain't going to be nearly like it was yesterday.
Yesterday and the day before was quite midsummerish. Is your Vox dropping out when you're talking? Is that why your audio is dropping out?
I'm not talking very well.
Okay, I was just wondering. I felt like I can't make out what you're saying, but I didn't know if there was something else going on.
Report good. He gave you what treat?
Yeah, he seems to be better. Whatever they did to him, he's not drooling like he was. And the nose still looks weird.
Mario?
Crazy, so hopefully, we get a few more years out of him before he conks out.
I'm sure he'll be fine, man. Mario's a trooper. You gotta worry about him, conking out anytime soon. I'm sure he'll be fine. But hopefully that's like the thing in his nose is, something that just kind of, deals with itself or just goes away.
Well, it's always the case. It goes away. We'll see. Take it day by day here. It cost me over $400.
Well, for the vet visit, them things ain't cheap, man.
I did all these tests and everything, and antibiotics and everything on top of it, and all the tests cost a lot. The blood work was like $175, just that, and the overnight and all. So,
Well, I guess it was not that long ago that I took Hank to the vet for his checkup, and she took her cat. And I don't know, it was like $125 for his checkup or something. It wasn't anything astronomical. But her cat was a different story because the cat had to get blood work done, and she got the test for like feline AIDS or whatever. And ended up the cat has AIDS, man. So because her cat's outside all the time with all these, city cats, and I guess ended up, getting AIDS or whatever. It's been almost a year now, I guess, since he's had it. Charlie is his name. I'm just thankful that Hank hasn't had to, had to go to the vet for anything serious at all. I mean, he's gotten his nails clipped a few times at the vet, and goes in for his regular checkups and the shots and things like that. But he's never, thank God, knock on wood, that he doesn't have to do anything like it. He's never had to have anything serious done.
well, the vets are expensive. That blood work was the expensive blood work and the overnight, but they have to. Well, he doesn't have feline AIDS. He doesn't have leukemia. He doesn't have any of those things. What she told me was the respiratory infection. We'll see if the antibiotics clears up. Now, there's something, I can't remember the name of it, that could cause a respiratory issue like he has that there's no cure for, and that he could die from it. And there's no way to know that if he has it until after he's already dead, then they can discover it. Some kind of deteriorating disease. So, there's nothing you can do about that. I don't know if he's got it or he don't. So, just see. If the antibiotics help, in 10 days I go back and get another shot. And see if it gets rid of this congestion and everything. And the nose, I don't know. See what happens with the nose. They could do an exploratory, but that costs thousands of dollars. So they're just going to see if it gets better or just let them live with it and see what happens. It looked like somebody scratched him on the nose. That's what I thought it was, and it might even be that. We'll see if it looks a little bit better than it did yesterday, so we'll just see what happens with it. That's all. W2 SDR.
W3 MMR. I think there's somebody on another station in there. Can't they stick just like a tube up there? Tube up his nose to open it up and glue the tube, glue the straw in his nose?
They did. They try to clean his nose out and everything else, but they don't know what that thing is there. So, fucking him breathing. I don't know. I don't know. She just talks a mile a minute and there's all this stuff at me. I can't remember half of it.
I'm sure Mario's gonna be fine, man. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Old Mario, man, that cat's been around as long as almost I've been around. Half of my time, so almost the whole time over in Jersey there for you. So I'd be interested to see how he makes out. I'm sure he'll be fine. So anyway, W3 MMR. Never heard back from that lady. I'm gonna try emailing today, see if I can find that number. I'm sure she has like an email somewhere online. An email, and if I don't hear anything, I'll call on Monday.
Let me get right over. Let's look at the place.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Didn't I, you know, doing what I sent you, the real estate?
What about the real estate?
Hold on a minute.
I'm currently holding.
Real estate. Looking it up.
Open what up?
Looking it up, the real estate.
Oh, I thought you said open it up.
Internet works. Hold on. Just sent you a link to her real estate page.
Kelly, real estate.
Here's an email. If you open it up and then click on the message under an email. Her phone number's there too.
Yeah, there we go. I'm waiting for it to load. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it's loading.
Yeah, it took long for me to load it.
There she is, Michelle Kelly. Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Don't say that word.
Hey, how you doing, Kelly?
That's better.
I figured. All right. Yeah, there you go. Message me. There we go.
Is that the same number you called? All the real estate, did you? Or did you?
No, I remember I called and left a message and then text message.
Is that the number you used?
Hold on a second. Let me look. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. That's a 455 number. That's in the Bridgeton area.
No, that isn't the number. It was 856-467-2830.
Okay.
That's the number you gave me.
All right, well, this is to contact Michelle today.
Okay, I'll contact Kelly today.
I mean, Kelly.
There you go. And, I could come over on Wednesday. On my day off on Wednesday, I'd come over and look at it.
Well, maybe that's when you can meet her there.
Well, yeah, maybe.
When they say pre-qualify, that's what it says on that property there. Look at listing. And you can click on there and give a couple of information, just like your social security number and stuff. Nowadays with banks and stuff, with computers, they can find out if you if you qualify for the mortgage, like within like an hour, you could find out if you could buy the house.
That's crazy, man.
It's like with my credit. When I bought my Tahoe, the guy said, "Well, I wasn't sure if I wanted it." He said, "Well, take it home. If you want it, just give me a call, and you can have it." I took it, even bought it.
There you go. Look at that.
Tahoes are expensive.
Yeah, they are. You would have really liked the next generation that came out if you would have, year one, one you had, and then the next generation that came out, you would have really liked them.
What, like the new ones?
Well, no, it was the model between the new ones.
Oh.
I'll be right back. I gotta run down the hall. Don't go nowhere. W3 MMR.
Okay, W2 SDR.
Yes. Kilowatt 1 Apache engines.
W3 MMR with a hammer.
Hammer?
Hammer down. Look at you. You're 30 over now.
Oh, yeah, you come up. I'm hearing a squelch tail on your audio.
Is he on a squelch tail?
Yeah, just a little bit of a roar, a fan, I guess, so, but just before you uncam.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's okay. You got a lot of compression going on.
I I heard a recording and I don't like the way this sounds. Let me adjust it.
Just a little hot, that's all.
Alright, well I backed down on the compression some. See if that made any difference. W3 MMR.
Yeah, that made a difference.
Does it sound a little less up in your face now?
A little less, yeah.
Should I go more?
It's probably the post EQ slider, you know?
Yeah, post EQ is only up a click and a half. Now it's at a half a click. Hello, 1/2 a click.
So where's the pre-compression?
At 1 bar up, 1 click.
Yeah, it sounds okay. I don't want to be harping on this. It sounds fine.
Alright, well I like it when you harp. You're a quality harper. Oh, speaking of harper, I watched there's this a YouTube channel and like a internet sports website, Barstool Sports, and they did an interview with Bryce Harper, and really candid interview, and he was going through like everything that he went through in his free agency before he chose to come to Philadelphia, and like what teams were calling him, and the offers that they were giving. I mean, like really in depth on what happened during his free agency. It was really cool to see, like you know, what different teams offered him, and like the different, like from 1 year at like $60 million a year all the way up to what he got with the Phillies at 13 years at 20 some odd million a year, and all the in betweens and the ins and outs. It was pretty cool.
Is that a recent interview?
Yeah, it's within the past probably 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Does he look like that? Does he look the same, or does he have it with long hair and everything?
Oh man, his hair is like really long. He looks like a girl.
Yeah, that's I don't like that look.
I know you don't. He's got a beard and long hair. Kind of looks like Fabio.
Yeah, that's the look I would want.
Yeah, it's how you're probably looking though, since you haven't had a haircut in a while.
Can't stand it.
Get a clippers and buzz it off, man.
We're almost out of the woods. I emailed the filter yesterday. I didn't hear back that I want to come back Wednesday and start working again.
Think they'll let you there because you're old?
Yeah, there's other old people that continued to work there. They're probably all going to hate me now because I was wimped out and stopped working.
Well, just come up with a lie. Be like, you know, I battled cancer and I battled through it. Tell him you were taking care of, like you went on a refuge to Africa and was like, we're doing charity work and missionary work, and now in like Zimbabwe.
It's a good idea.
It is a good idea. Listen how excited you are for that idea.
All them people on the news down the shore, it just kills me. I don't know. It's just this whole thing is nuts.
I was watching it. Well, excuse me. I looked at read an article this morning on Ocean City, New Jersey. Ocean City, New Jersey is back open. And literally probably 80% of the people that were down there weren't wearing masks, one. And number two, it looked like Memorial Day weekend 2 or 3 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, well, all of a sudden it's Memorial Day. It's like, you can do that? Like, why couldn't you do it like last week? Or why can't you do it like in Elmer? I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It doesn't add up.
Well, it adds up to them with losing money and you being tired of it.
Then we got all these people in Pennsylvania coming over across the bridge and bringing all their stuff from Pennsylvania down to the shore.
And New York, you know how many people come from New York to go down the shore? So it ain't just like, you know, Philly is bringing it, or Pennsylvania. I mean, like the number one hotspot in the world for this thing is travels to the Jersey Shore, go to the shore, to go to the ocean, to the beach. Like the number one cesspool for coronavirus.
Well, I don't know. I just think know what I think? I mean, I don't have...
They're actually...
I think what they should have done, and this is just a feeling I have, is quarantine the old people, especially with, compromising physical conditions. Let everybody else continue normal. I mean, just hide, all the nursing home people, all the people with heart attacks and it's diabetes and stuff wrong with them, the older people, you stay in. Everybody else can be out. Because healthy people, it's hardly affected at all.
Right, and a lot of healthy people have already had it, and they didn't even know they had it because it was before they had testing for it. And I know 2 people personally who have gone for the antibody testing and it's come back positive where they've had it. They had it like the end of December, January time frame, that area. Were really sick for 2 weeks, same symptoms. It ended up, that's when they had it. But, it wasn't anything that they thought they were going to die from. They said it just felt like a really bad flu is what it felt like. And this isn't saying that, W3MMR for ID. This isn't saying that, this disease or this virus can't, kill people that are 30 years old and healthy or 25 and healthy. But I mean, the percentages are extremely, extremely low, and percentages are extremely high for those that are passing away from it. The percentages are high that those people are 70 years and older and have pre-existing conditions. I think we have enough numbers now to, enough of a track record to show that pretty confidently.
Well, then on the other side of the coin, you got the politicians that love being on TV and love telling people what to do and what they can't do. And enough's enough already. If I see that Cuomo on TV one more time, I'm going to throw a brick through the TV.
I'm tired of seeing him. I'm tired of seeing frickin' Governor Wolf. I'm tired of seeing Governor Murphy. I'm tired of these press conferences every day. When I come home from lunch, it's always on television. I keep my television on MLB Network because they don't talk about it. That's what my television has been on MLB Network for weeks, watching classic games because I'm so tired of hearing about it.
I watched a football game yesterday, the Dallas San Francisco NFC Championship game from 1995. They had that on Fox, and it was with Pat Summerall and John Madden were doing the whole entire game they had on.
It's awesome, isn't it? They do the same thing on MLB Network with the baseball games, and it's all day, every day, classic games from like the 50s and back when with DiMaggio and Mantle all the way up to 2 years ago.
It's just, I really miss the sports, man. This blows. I mean, what month is it? I guess they're not going to have I don't know if they're going to have baseball or not going to have it.
They're talking about it. The players union there's a hang-up because of money, as you can imagine, but they put it together a package for an 82-game season starting in July. I think 2 more weeks of spring training, quote unquote. Okay, we'll play without fans. They'll be playing in like home ballparks, and basically the ballpark thing will be the same. They're not going to be playing at the spring training parks like they were talking about. They're going to be playing in the real ballparks, but with no fans. 82 games, and also they want the players to take, a pay cut. The owners only want to pay them for half the season because they're only playing half the season, and the some players are butthurt, and I would imagine that most of them are because they're getting a pay cut and they want all their money. And so that's where the hang-up is right now.
Well, that's what happens. That'd be kind of weird. Like a short season, then it's like the record books, and how's all that going to work? I don't know.
Well, I think they had a shortened season before, a strike shortened season before. That's the thing. Like it would be, we're talking about having a a league-wide designated hitter for both leagues, even though they weren't talking about implement. It was going to happen, but they weren't talking about implementing it for a few years. So they're talking about having a DH for both leagues in this shortened season. And also an expanded playoffs, like adding 2 more teams per division to the playoffs. That doesn't make any sense to me. A shortened season and you add 2 more teams to the playoff picture? Like, what the hell? Baseball is a game of records, and, so that would just screw everything up.
They shouldn't have it count, I guess, towards records or something. I don't know. I mean, how could you have a home run all these up? Well, I guess you batting average, say, for example, if you're only playing 80 games, I don't know, you can't have that.
No, it's got to be at least a minimum of plate appearances or so on and so forth. But you're right, a guy hits 482 games, he's not going to, chances of him hitting 400 for 181 games, the chance for him for hitting 400 162 games is very, very slim. Anyway, I'm with you, man. People, I think, are getting antsy, and they want any kind of sports at any kind of cost. And you should hear these people calling WIP during the day. I still listen to it. Missing Ellie. These people are nuts.
I was watching NBC and the other day, and Jim Cramer, one of the financial guys on there, was saying, he says, "Man, I want sports so bad, I'd watch curling 24 hours a day."
I'm serious, man. People are betting on everything that they can bet on, like all this. A lot of people are betting on South Korean baseball because that's the only sport that's going on right now.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Any kind of sport, man. It's like flicking pennies back and forth across the table to see who's going to go on the edge. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, and there, I guarantee there's 100 different prop bets just for something like that.
There you go.
I remember I used to do that. It's funny you mentioned that. In school, we used to take 3 quarters, okay? We'd set 2 quarters up, set it in like an upside-down triangle, 1 quarter behind, touching the 2 quarters in front of it. And we'd, push them, take your finger and you flick them, and then you have to go put 1 quarter in between 2 quarters each time. So you're working your way across the table by putting the 1 quarter in between the 2 other quarters that you have on the table. Then the final shot comes down to how close you can get it to the edge of the table before falling off.
Yeah, man, people want sports, man. They want this thing to come back together again, and well, we'll see. I think we're getting through the woods. We'll see what happens in the fall, but I'm not worrying about it. I'm tired of worrying about it now. I'm done with it, and I'm going back to. It'll probably be a while before I get called back to the hospital, but I want to do shelter and back with that. So things going again. I don't know what's going on today. I go to the dump yesterday. I never went. Oh, I got my telephone consultation coming up on Tuesday.
So you'll be in like Flynn to come the end of next week.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. I guess you've been following on Facebook. I guess Ed and Betsy, that they have the same trailer, or they both living in the same trailer. I don't understand what's going on. They see all them renovations over there.
Well, that's Ed's dad's trailer.
I live in there.
What about living there?
Now, Ed are they living in the trailer park?
I know Ed is, but it appears that Betsy's been staying there too, just from what I can gather. I don't know, but I thought that at one point they split. They've obviously been back together, and I knew that Ed was staying at the trailer and Betsy was staying down. Their parents are around the corner from you, and that's what I assumed was still going on, but I don't know.
I don't think she is. I don't see that car of hers over there. She's got that black Volkswagen, the Jetta, that GLI or whatever it is.
Right.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, they're nice cars. So yeah, she's probably been staying over there.
I wonder if she's working, or Ed, or are they both laid off?
I know Betsy. I don't think Betsy is. Betsy's like a hairdresser, so I doubt she's working.
She's working over at the car dealership.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she is. I don't know. I keep thinking of her as a hairdresser, not working at Avis.
Well, she is a hairdresser, but I guess, I don't know, maybe she does that on the side. I don't know, but... It's hit me up.
It's been making that place pretty nice over there, though.
Yeah, I know. They got like a new roof and all.
Yeah, well, I think that's on the shed, but, I mean, new roof on the shed, and it looks like they built like a nice in-ground fire pit and stuff. I went back and I had been back to his dad's trailer one time. Me and Ed stopped there for something for the road. We'll put it that way. On our way to go pick up Brian and move Brian back from frickin' Chattanooga, Tennessee. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
What a time that was. Yeah, but anyway, that's the only time I ever met his dad and ever went back there. But apparently, his dad's, gone now. But
Betsy, it looks like he's on his last leg.
I haven't seen Betsy's father in a long time, but he always seemed like he always had health issues, back issues, overweight.
Well, he's a Hackett, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Looks like a Hackett too. They all look the same.
See, Jim lost a lot of weight. His brother, and because he had a knee replacement, lost a lot of weight. Now, what's her name? His wife there. I haven't seen her outside in a long time, but Jim's a nice guy. I used to remember he used to work for the highway department.
Right. Yeah, I graduated with his son.
Yeah, I see him once in a while. Every once in a while.
Who, Jim or Paul?
I think it's Jim.
Okay, yeah, because they have Paul. I miss Paul because he's got a beard of all beards. He has a giant beard. And then you have his Jimmy, which is, I guess, Paul's older brother, Jim Jr., I think his name is. And he's a big boy. He's a tall dude. And then you have the father. There, man, that's another thing, man. I miss living over there. Everything's, we're still a real small town. Everybody still knows everybody. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been out of the loop for 15 years. Well, I kind of have.
The other house, there's another house that just went up for sale. I saw it when I was looking for pieces for you down the road. You know the log cabin house down there towards the 77?
On the right-hand side there with, like, the fences and stuff?
That's all for sale. The corner lot there at Newkirk, log cabin property, and the one with the big garage and all. That was all one. The people own all three. All three of them have sale signs.
Oh, wow. How about that? I remember, yeah, they've lived there for a while. I guess, I wonder what happened.
The guy died. You remember there was a big fat guy that lived there. I used to pick up their kids for the school, and was a carpet guy. Worked at that Orr's place down there in Upper Deerfield.
Oh, really?
He died of a heart attack. When we had the new carpet put in here, he was one of the guys that gave us a price. He was over here, but then he never showed up to do the work. We had to cancel it out, and then about a month after that, he died of a heart attack.
Well, now we know why he didn't show up.
Well, no, I mean, but he looked kind of okay when he gave us the price, but he was really big, man. I mean, he was as round as he was tall.
See, Brett had open heart surgery?
Yeah, I seen all the pictures. Well, I told you he stopped by here, didn't I?
Yeah, he told me he stopped by. He's a good kid, man. Good dude, man. I'm glad he came out all right.
He's okay. He's a character. That guy, really, really a nice fella.
Yeah, he's my first friend I had over there, man.
Yeah, I remember. Believe you me, I remember.
What do you say like that for?
I remember you sneaking out and ride your bike over there and everything.
Oh, yeah, I used to pedal my ass over there. That was a long ride. On a BMX bike in the middle of summer.
Then you weren't real nice to him. You were ditching him.
Yeah, I guess I did. I don't know. I mean, what happens when you're a teenager? What are you gonna do?
No, Alex Torrey. You see him on Facebook?
I see him all the time on there. He's as wacky as he ever was.
Oh my God! Well, I used to pick up his uncle at that house over there on Commissioners. The whole family. I'll tell you, I give them grandparents a lot of credit raising them kids.
Literally, the whole family lives over there. Like the grandparents raised all the grandkids.
I had a little girl. I guess it was Alex's niece. It was Alex's somebody over there was in jail. The little girl's mother, the grandmother was watching. The little girl living there. She was one of the most misbehaving kids on my entire bus. I was the only one that she would listen to. Even people at the school at Upper Pittsgrove, she was driving them crazy.
Really? How about that? Yeah, there's one. I think he has two brothers, and the one overdosed, I think, and died, and I think the one is in jail or was.
One was the father of the little girl that was on my bus.
Father of the little girl?
Yeah, and I felt bad for her. I mean, I got along pretty. She would listen to me. It was nice, but just nuts. I mean, she was literally crazy.
I can imagine. I was in school with some pretty wacko people, but you never know. That's the thing, man. Like people, W3MMR for ID, like people, sit there and say, oh, these people are crazy. This person is, they misbehave, or how could they act this way, and this, that, and the third. Like, you don't know what the hell they got going on at home, or like they don't have going on at home that they should, and that's like a case in point.
Me too, SDR. Well, there was another kid, trying to remember, on 77, lived there with, there's a place, if you go on 7 up towards the hill, you know where the store is, right?
Right.
On the left-hand side, right after the store, on the left-hand side, as you're going towards Mullica Hill, there's a property there that's got a little pond out front.
Yeah, it's right before Bill's place.
Yeah, that place there. Well, anyway, there was a little boy that lived there, and he had a sister, Brianna, that was also on my bus. Well, this little boy, I don't know how they brought him up there. That guy used to have trucks. He had flatbed trucks. He used to haul logs and stuff. Do you remember?
Yeah, his name was Bill. I thought it was Bill Pierce or Bill Wright.
Yeah. Bill Wright. He used to be with he used to be not married but living with what's her name?
Yeah, with Dana, Jess Borland's mom.
Exactly. Anyway, this kid, his little boy, I don't know how this kid was raised. It was like he was raised with wolves. He got on a bus at 5 or 6 years old when he first started. He'd be grabbing all the girls on the bus and cursing at them and wanting to grab their tits and everything. That's what he would say to them. Let me see. Let me take your shirt off and everything. It was unbelievable coming out of this little 5-year-old.
Oh, my God. Well, if you knew his father, it wouldn't be anything really out of the ordinary. But, God, how about that, man? Well, see, what happened with them, Bill was kind of Bill was a drinker, we'll put it that way. He was a heavy drinker. He used to, he had, split personalities, man. He would kind of get real like that, and real touchy-feely, and, I remember him getting that way kind of towards Jess a few times, and when he would drink. So I don't know, I couldn't imagine him teaching his kid to, that was okay. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, maybe just being around those people, and that kid was unbelievable. He was completely uncivilized. But after about a year, school straightened him out. Then he couldn't behave himself, that he wasn't allowed to act that way towards people on the bus and in the school and everything. But I've never seen anything like that kid. And I go by that house where S and all them used to live on F Road. You remember that place, right?
Yeah, the farmhouse?
Oh, No, just a little place next to a farm. They had some animals there and stuff. If you went down Shirley Road and made a right on F there, a little road that wiggled back there towards Burlington Road.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's where P-Pop, he's passed away now. He used to live, and that's where he used to go ride horses at. And then her mom lived in that little house next door to the farmhouse.
Yeah, well, it looks like people still, and I used to pick up kids on the bus. I got to know everybody around here by driving that bus all them years. You know, the parents, the kids. Now they recognize me like up at the Wawa and at Pizza, you know, in Elmer and all. Of course, they're grown up now. They don't even look the same, but they remember what I look like because I look the same as I did then.
Right. Oh, no, man. You did it for 15 years. You've been living over there for 20 years now, and, you know, you get to, like you saw, I mean, it takes a while to fit in places like that, but once you do, man, you're part of the family forever, you know?
So nice up at the pole at the municipal building, you know, after Michelle and I split about the taxes and everything. They explained everything to me, went over everything, and if you had any questions, and they were really nice about everything, going through the tax appeal that I had to lower my property taxes and all. They told me how to do it and all. They were really good about it.
I remember you going up there the few evenings. You know, you had to go up there late, I remember. It was like after I got off of work or close to that time, 5 or 6 o'clock. I think that was the only time the person was up there or something. And I remember, you know, the lady coming over and doing the appraisal and was like, you know, everything went super smooth and she was able to get your property taxes lowered a lot because of the appraisal and really helped you out.
Well, that's Ronnie. She's a realtor. And also the president of the Upper Pittsgrove School Board. I knew her when I drove the school bus and all from working at the school. So yeah, that worked out. Really couldn't have worked out any better than that. So Aria's over here sleeping in a chair.
Get to
hear him wheezing or anything. I hope he's all right.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Did you get the pictures I sent you, Hank?
He's all dug in.
Yeah, I came out downstairs this morning and I had like the fan on and, you know, in the window blowing cold air in the house. It was like 62 in the house when I came down this morning. He's all curled up in a ball on the couch. I felt bad, so I tucked him in, put the blanket over top of him. He just he curled up right underneath of it. And I wanted to go check on it because he hasn't moved, and there he was. I lift the blanket up, and he's there. He's staring at me.
You put a pillow on his head.
He usually does, man. He comes into bed with me at night, and I got like 5 pillows. Got lots of pillows in my bed, and he goes right up to I call it the passenger side of the bed. I'm on the driver's side, which is the left side. And he's on the passenger side of the bed, and he gets up there, he does one complete revolution, 360-degree turn, and then plops like his side under the pillows. So he's got like half his head on the pillow. So he's always using the pillow at night.
The 897D on yesterday. Everybody said it sounded as good as the ANAN.
No way.
Yeah, I mean that and with the hand mic, man, that thing works good, man. That's that hand mic I modified and stuff on that radio. It's got an INRAD filter I put in there when I got it. It sounds good.
Yeah, well, do you remember me using that? Do you remember using that rig when I stayed over that night and we were doing there was the night of the contest?
Yeah, that thing's a great little radio.
I had a blast with that radio. I'd love to have you one of those. But
decent bucks now. You don't see them on eBay or sale too much. But man, that's a nice little radio. It's got a 2-meter, 440, and a power supply built right in that little thing.
Right, yeah. People don't want to get rid of them for obvious reasons. They're nice rigs. I wouldn't mind having a 991A. I think, I've really had my eyes set on one of those. Eventually, I'm not buying a radio anytime soon, or if I do, it'll be a trade and get rid of some of this stuff here, but I'm not outright buying a radio. But if I was, it would be a 991 because of all-mode operation. It does, wires X, N fusion, something that can run off 12 volts. I can run it, take it camping with me, and I can also use it, here at the house. And so I think that's Unless you have any other suggestion for something similar, I think the 991A is the way to go.
Oh, I loved mine when I had it. It worked really, really good. I just had too many radios, but that worked really, really good.
I know a friend of mine, he's got one. My buddy that works for that Novexcom, who builds those, builds it's a custom racks for people for the radios and the Go kits and stuff, and that's building racks for radio clubs and field days and stuff. He's got one, and I was talking to him about it. He said he loves it, and I don't know if you remember 86, the old black guy who passed away. I knew from CB and lived right around the corner from me. I put his antenna up for him. Anyway, he had one, and always loved it. And I remember a few years ago when he passed trying to get that radio, but that was one of the first radios that got sold. But eventually, I'd love to have one. I wonder how much I could get one for.
Dave, W1WN, my friend, he bought one. He only kept it a month. He sold it. He's like that, but he just sold it. He probably could have got a good deal on that.
I'm sure I could, because they're like $1,100 new, so I'm sure I could find one for a relatively decent price.
Well, the only thing is they don't work good on AM. They got AM. They'll work on AM, but they don't sound good.
Oh, no, and this wouldn't be let's get on at, my normal 85 rig or something like that. This would be, if I ever got on AM, it would be while I was camping, just for the heck of it. Hey, can you guys hear me? Oh, I know you guys can't hear me, but hi, all right, I'll catch you guys later.
Well, it's a great rig for the digital modes, for FT8 and all that.
Well, yeah, I guess, you're right, it would be. That would be cool, like, to have just, like, that radio dedicated to, like, the digital modes and wires X and fusion. There's a guy I talk to in the evenings now, W308, she's Brian, KB3WFV's neighbor, and apparently down there in Annapolis, and apparently he's real big into the fusion and the wires X stuff.
That's cool. I bought into that hook, line, sinker, all that. I have a lot of fun on it, In fact, you have in the house nodes set up as a repeater and all that with the HTs and the mobile rig and the APRS stuff, my location. Oh, it's cool. I put the display on, the GPS display on the mobile rig. And I could, as I'm driving around, I can see how far away I'm away from my node, like what kind of distance. It shows up the direction, my car to the house, and how many miles I'm away from the house. That's
cool, man. You sent me the picture yesterday, I think it was, but you've always been sending me those pictures. I remember looking at it before. I could follow you and see exactly where you're at. Did you ever get the weather thing set up?
That's the next thing I want to do. I want to buy a weather station. I probably was going to buy it if I didn't have that vet bill. I want to get you over here to help me put one of them the satellite TV mounts and the wind speed up on the roof.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely help you with that. Do you have one of those cable TV, the dish mounts laying around somewhere?
I'd have to. I think that's part of what we threw away in the barn. I don't think I have any of that stuff anymore. I'd have to buy one. Home Depot's got those things, or Lowe's. I'd have to buy one.
All right, because I know I have one. I might actually have two on my roof if you want one.
I'd have to buy one or use one, and then I need a reducer because I think the pipe on them is too big for the wind speed. That's what I read online.
Okay, I gotcha. I might be. Well, we'll figure it out when that time comes. But I could probably make something, bring her something from work, reducer that'll work. A pipe that could go, inside that arm, mount for the arm of the pipe of the dish mount or something, or put something, over top of it so the other mass pipe can go inside of it or whatever. There's stuff that I got all laying around everywhere that we can make work, but I know I have two satellite dishes on my roof, two old ones, and I think there's one pipe up there without a dish on it, and there's one up there with a dish on it. Obviously, both aren't being used. I'm only using the one. I have a coax zip tie to it, so it didn't slide off the roof.
I want to get that Astro plane off of there too, and we put another FM antenna up there for the APRS for the weather station. Put another one on into that tripod.
Yeah, there you go. Well, did you ever think about putting in like the weather station thing on like a sidearm mount on the 50-foot tower?
But we'd have to climb the tower.
Well, that's not hard, but I just didn't know if you didn't have to drill any holes into the roof or or anything like that, and you could pretty much mount the thing as high as you want it.
Yeah, I could do that. That's a point there. I could do that and run the cable out there. That'd probably be easier because, I was thinking about what am I going to do in a year or two. I'm going to need a new roof, and then that stuff will have to all come off for that.
Right. Well, there you go. That's an even better reason to put it on the tower. Yeah, I would do that. They make those nice, boom mount, them arm mounts, those side mounts that come right off the tower. The people mount, scanner antennas on and stuff like that. That would be perfect.
All right, that's a good idea. I'll look around for maybe Universal even makes something like that. The company that made my tower that'll fit right on them legs.
I guarantee that they would, man. You could put that thing up, at roof height or however high you would want it, or however high you're going to put it on the roof, and it won't take long, and bolt it right on there. I'll climb that sucker, bolt it right on, and I run the cable down right into the garage and in the house. You'll be good to go.
I think I'm going to run down to 45 a little while for the band closes down, and I'm not doing nothing today. I'm just hanging out. How about you?
I might mow the lawn. The lawn could use some mowing, and I know if I put it off until next weekend, it's going to be atrocious out there. So, but I'm still deciding if I want to put it off now to Wednesday, and if Wednesday I might probably be coming over there now. So it's probably something I should do today. I'll probably cut the grass today, and besides that, not much. I want to check to see how hot this amplifier's been getting, because I've been blabbing on it, running 1,480 watts this whole time. So I've been stress testing the amplifier lately, and everything's been working great.
Check it out now. I'll stand by. Let me stick your hand in there. Let me know.
All right, hold on. Thing's ice cold. Even the exhaust tube isn't even that warm. The exhaust coming out of the that exhaust pipe I got on there. I mean, the thing is literally that you touch the top of that tube, and it's not even really lukewarm, and right above the transformer is ice cold.
There you go, man. It's working good.
It's working perfectly like it should. You can tell this is more like a sideband amplifier. It's not really made for AM use as far as like the airflow and stuff like that, and running full legal limit carrier for 5-minute transmissions. It wasn't made for that, but it does good at this.
Well, most linear amplifiers are for sideband. I mean, years ago when they first had linear, nobody would use them on AM. They just use an AM transmitter, and continuous duty like that. Of course, they're going to run hot with the 200-300 watts steady carrier, and then PEP on top of that. So, all right, I'll catch you later on. I got to run down the hall anyway. W2S.
All right, man. Yeah, we'll catch you later. W2SDR, good talking to you. W3 MMR 2SY to 3885.
7-3.
Lancaster type things that put on use that as a driver, but that'll be a distraction again. The NATO clouds on the air. Very good on Townsend. Glad to. Yeah, Comcast is pretty good. Real Comcast down here. We've had them since they were. I guess they're Comcast. Yeah, they're Xfinity now. But they brought cable into our neighborhood in the 80s, and in fact they're dropping the coax feed from the street is the same piece of coax they put in the early 80s. We were on Dish Network for a while, and AT&T, what was that? the service over the Twisted Pair, which supposedly was it was horrible, like 1 megabyte was all we were getting towards the end before I threw up my hands and gave up on it. But when Comcast came in with high-speed internet, they checked that drop, and they did, they have a little spectrum analyzer app they put on their technicians' iPhones, basically, and they checked the line, and it was well in spec for loss and everything, and frequency response. So they left it there, and it's still running. And they've got on outages, they go around. They only last on battery backup for a few hours, but they also have along their various repeaters and feeds, they have the ability to bring generators in provided the line is still intact. They bring generators in to power the repeaters. And back during like Superstorm Sandy and all, you drive around, you see all these little, couple of low power, maybe 5 kW generators along phone poles that belong to them, chained to the phone poles to keep the network up. They come back relatively fast. But yeah, glad to hear things worked out for you. WA1 and QIS,
I didn't know if somebody else was there. AG1G, WA1QIX, portable one at Mirror Lake. Yeah, they're pretty good about that. This one they lost a repeater, was damaged by a lightning strike. The power came back in Townsend about 3 a.m. Yesterday morning, and the internet was not back until about 8:30 in the morning. And that was because they did in fact have a bona fide outage. The lightning was really bad there yesterday. Several.
Oh no. All you do is just do a show DX space AP. Write down all those Pakistani call signs, modes, and times.
Yeah, I've been getting back on FT8 and seeing if I could decode something.
Well, they're on other bands and modes as well, but they were on quite a bit yesterday.
Yeah, I was recovering yesterday.
Yeah, 20 and 17 seem to be pretty popular for them.
Well, that's the ones I need them on. Yeah, so that would be my best bands to try.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff on 17 between 12:30 and 2 o'clock yesterday. Iran and Pakistan and a couple of those two, three more of the SPAN countries, Central Asia and Russia. I couldn't believe all the stuff I was seeing.
What about Turkmenistan?
Oh yeah, they were there too.
Alabama.
I believe he's on right now.
I don't know what that means.
Columbia 2 SDR.
Morning, Frank. KT4GL.
Hey, good morning, Frank.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Yeah, I got up into the 80s down here yesterday. I think it's getting close to time to turn the air conditioning on. Of course, I don't need to be in minus 32 degree weather like Brian. Hey, that's supposed to get near 90 down there today. Yeah, it could be. Let me look here.
At my air up yesterday, we had 86.
That's 61 now.
Yeah, sure was nice yesterday.
They say the high of this weather guesser high today is 85.
That's 52 here. We won't get out of the 60s.
Oh, there's a cold front coming tonight, tomorrow night or something. It's 70% chance of rain, Brian, on Monday. Yeah, a week of rain.
I hate rain.
It's crazy, man. Last week they were saying it's going to be at 90 all week this week. Let it rain.
Have your amp going, Ernie? Nice to see how the difference if there is a difference in signal strength between QTH and the other one.
Well, I'm just running about 600 watts right now.
You're about 10 dB less than Bill and Dave.
That's about, well, almost right. Hey, you got that backdoor cold front already, Frank.
I guess. I don't know. It didn't rain or anything. It was just very warm yesterday, and now it's nice and cool.
There's a stationary front down off about the North Carolina, Virginia line. Looks like you got a high building in, so getting the wind off the water. As in the ocean's about 60 degrees. Well, it's probably getting a little above 60. How far are you from the river, Frank?
Which one?
Yeah, I mean the big.
The Delaware River.
Coming to port in Philadelphia.
About 40 miles.
Okay. I got a buddy who works on a tugboat out of there. He's stationed in Philadelphia, but he works 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. He lives on the boat for 2 weeks, and he got a union job, man. He does pretty good, but he spends a lot of his time up in New York. They work offshore, here, there, and everywhere.
Is he a ham?
No, he's my duck hunting guide.
Because I know a ham that does the same thing. They're on tugs and barges that way, and he lives in Delaware, and he's 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off.
Yeah, he commutes up from North Carolina, man. It's that kind of how. Of course, well, I guess if you're a waterman, I mean, he grew up as a waterman family in Currituck County. I guess there's not a whole lot of jobs here with the fishing industry being so decimated.
Well, it's tough on them tugs in the wintertime up here. Those guys got to work outside and all, and on those barges and all, and the wind's blowing and everything on the water.
I couldn't handle it.
A fellow I know, he's on DMR. I talked to him. DMR. He's always got the H with him and stuff.
That's cool.
His name is Lou. He's got a vanity call now. N3LOU.
Yeah, I guess what his name is.
Lou, yeah.
And you know, that's a good, I mean, I'm sure they kill a lot of time in between, you know, they have downtime too. Probably quite a bit.
A4EM.
AC4GM. N4WC.
Well, Lou tells me it's feast or famine. You know, a lot of times they sit around or not doing nothing, but then all of a sudden they got to work like hell for 10, 12 hours a day.
Yep. There's crab fishing guys too.
I get paid either way.
I guess technically they still own them, but they haven't really tried very hard to get it back. But yeah, but I can't remember anything but the cable TV being called Comcast back in the day. I'll have to go back to our records and see. I don't think it ever was anything other than Comcast. But we went away from it when it came back, and that wasn't like the whole network changed over. AT&T still kept going and eventually died on the vine, I guess. But I just got fed up. About 6 years ago or 7 years ago, I switched over to the Comcast Xfinity network, and they're freaking expensive, but it's. And I don't like they always, you know, a new person gets a much better deal on a established customer. But, yeah, we're happy with it. There's not much of an alternative. Over in Rhode Island, they got fiber. We don't have any fiber that I know of in our network yet, area yet. But you know, we don't have it more than adequate for us. There's only the two of us in the house, and not a lot of bandwidth required. So it works. But like I said, I'm still using the same nearly 40-year-old cable drop. We actually had a problem a few years ago. I thought the cable was acting up with our VoIP landline. It turned out the modem was screwed up. Came out and changed that. The other side bit of it, my noise floor on 75 meters dropped about 20 dB. Switching power supply in the old modem was awful. I kind of knew that. I had isolated my noise floor to that thing. Just kind of living with it, but boy, what a big improvement. Now, got a much better noise floor here. Although, that vertical antenna we were listening to the radio, that thing is at least 150 feet further away from the house than the inverted V, which is like, you know, basic HF antenna, low band antenna here forever. That thing has got about a 10 dB, 10 to 12 dB, depending on the time of day, noise floor, and then the inverted V. And I'm suspecting it's something in the house, or my neighbor's got solar panels, but I think this noise is pre-exists the solar panels. But it almost sounds like a leveling gasoline engine type of, impulse noise. And I don't know where it's coming from. Haven't been able to localize it. It hasn't been so high as to really, make me kind of, figure out what was going on. But, yeah, there is it's interesting how much better that vertical is on noise for great DX antenna too. But anyhow, yeah, screen modulation. Yeah, I got to put something together. I'm thinking of just starting out with. I got some hacked up command sets from the RF side to make RF, use the single 1625 and bring analog audio into it, maybe with a good quality, audio transformer for the screen modulation transformer, and then go from there. I like your idea of building up something solid state, because the power level is dealing with it, it should be a teeny tiny little thing, the modulator, and put some negative feedback and all into it. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes, but I do want to get those 813s and 805s up and running. I've got all the iron. It's out of a RCA export transmitter from 1940. In fact, I know there was a transmitter called an ET4336 that was in the RCA. I saw an RCA broadcast equipment catalog from that era online. I think archive.org. Someone put a link up to it on AM phone.
advertised as a high-fidelity shortwave broadcast transmitter. It was like a low power one, like 250 watts. It was actually in their catalog. I've got bits and pieces of it. Apparently, the bits and pieces came out of the estate of none other than John Wells, Harvey Wells. And it's kind of a long story how I figured that out, but I'll spare you that. But this iron's been sitting around here for years. The plate transformer is over 100 pounds, and mod transformer is pretty close. I got the complete modulator jack, the output type 83. There's a RCA program monitor amplifier, a pair of 1620s or like 606 metal 606s in it. Type 82 RCA monitor amp is part of the whole package as a speech amplifier. I got the complete thing in a cabinet about the size of an SX28. And it's just a high decent AM rig to get going. So I have to build up I got a rack cabinet. I got two rack cabinets actually to choose from, and then I got this RF deck from Timmy that's pair 813s, grid driven, has B&W 2kW Pinehead in it with vacuum mounted caps and meters all over the place, and even like a built-in monitor scope. So that's definitely something I want to get going here. What you're on, Steve? I don't know what you were testing there, but it sounds very wonderful. I assume that's a Class E rig and, a couple hundred watts. WA1QIX AJ1G.
Yeah, AJ1G. This is WA1QIX Portable 1. Yep, this is the 400-watt here. And, very good on everything. Well, I think that thing would sound really good to get that rig going. As far as Comcast, yeah, you probably did have it, because the Comcast as a company was was down closer to your area, in the 80s. And they acquired a number of the smaller cable companies, some of which were in your area. So yeah, you probably always had the original Comcast, which has been around quite a while. Up here in New England, or this part of New England, it took longer for because they had AT&T broadband up here, which was another acquisition thing, and then finally Comcast and AT&T merged, or AT&T broadband merged. We were going to call it actually AT&T Comcast, but they decided just to go with Comcast. The only reason why I know that is I was doing contract negotiations with, at the time, AT&T for cable service in Townsend. Although I would not know that. But very good. Yeah, I was just checking out the rig here, but I'm going to sign also and see about some kind of breakfast here. Let's see if Sherry is awake. I do not know if she is or not, but we'll find out in a minute. I took over one of the bedrooms of the house as the ham shack. And it's far away from the master bedroom. I think it's in the total opposite end of the house. So, all right, yeah, we'll catch you later. Good chatting. We'll be, probably be in here off and on throughout the day, depending on what the day brings. I don't know what the weather is going to be, but hopefully it'll be a nice day. And I think the temperature is supposed to be real good, so very nice day. Get out, maybe do a little sailing. Let's see, that would be real nice. Get I haven't been out sailing yet this year. Let's see what it says here. Mirror Lake. What is Mirror Lake going to do, weather-wise? Oh wow, highs up in the 70s. It says calm wind though, so that may not be good for sailing. Partly sunny, highs in the 70s. That's very good. We'll have to see what the wind ends up doing. If we get a little wind, it'll be good for sailing, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's going to be kind of calm. Catch you later there, Chris. AJ1G, no group, WA1QIX, signing and going to investigate breakfast.
Good morning. Yeah.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah, very good, Steve. Good morning. GIC, good morning. AJ1G. That'd be a good thing to do. Yeah, I just put the IC7100 out in the truck in the Tacoma and put my fishing rods out there, and hopefully be able to do some of that here soon. And yeah, I'm suffering from transceivers. I assume you still have that. FT7B boss that I put a on. Do you still have that up there, Steve? What I want to do is when I can get a chance pretty soon here, I want to take a ride up that way. I got to drop off a TR3 transceiver, the Mike WU2D down there near Manchester. He's got some forward project going. He's going to put it back to rights and then give it to some ham out in or aspiring hand that watches his videos or something and contacted him. I guess the guy's got cancer issues and things like that. And Mike came up with this idea, let me get this guy a radio. And he was looking around for donations, and I had this TR3 sitting around here I got from Brown W1NZR that wasn't doing anything. And he said, yeah, that'd be a great radio for that project. I figured maybe we'll take a ride up to New Hampshire here in the near future, and I can drop that Drake off with Mike, and then maybe swing by up your way to Mirror Lake and pick up that or that FT7B Yaesu. I got a particular use in mind for that. AJ1G, back to Steve.
Yeah, I can't tell you where it is right now. I don't know, but I believe I did put it aside. So it might be in my storage unit. It may be up here somewhere. I'll have to dig around for it, see if I can find it. When I do, you can come up and get it. And I heard Peter in there, good morning to you, N1PS. I did not hear Chet. Doesn't mean he's not there, just means maybe we doubled. Anyway, I'm going to sign out for the moment, and we'll be back here in a while. I do hear Sherry stirring out there in the kitchen, so I'm going to go see what's going on there. P.S. Go ahead there, Peter. You playing golf today or no? N1PS, WA1QIX.
7-3, Steve. W3 MMR.
Noted. Anyway, good morning. The tuning looks about right here. Hell. About right.
Playing golf, WA1Q
Steve, W3 MMR. 7-3, Steve, W3 MMR.
Neighborhood? Yes, I am playing golf. In fact, I'm leaving 20 minutes to do a jump plan on the way. And then head over to the golf course. I'm actually scheduled to play straight through the next summer, but I'm probably going to be off somewhere. So we'll see. So anyway, good morning, guys. And Steve is doing a fine job there from Mirror Lake.
Yeah, I thought I heard MMR Perry say 73, like he was maybe in QSO with somebody else, and I don't think GIC is in here. I think I must have misheard your phone sign, Peter. AJ1G, but I got to get out of here. Enjoy your golf. We're going to do something, some relaxing type of stuff, and maybe get some garden nurseries here today. AJ1G.
No, I was just saying bye to Steve, Chris. I have been listening for a while. I was down the band on sideband. Then I heard Steve sign it. I just want to say hi to you and Peter and Steve. And you guys have a great day. Good morning. Everyone sounds great in Southeast Pennsylvania. W3 MMR. Clear for now.
Okay, very good. Yeah, good signal up here. I'm hoping for some wind today. Hiram name and tell them the mountain, but the kids can't. What are you going to spend this around part of the camp, George? And oh my God, the black flies up there, you know, the black flies up there have feathers on them. So it's a damn big, and they're so numerous. There's about 1.5 million of them around us. So they have a slight breeze and they blow away. And then as soon as the breeze stops, there they were. So, and then, it won't be as bad on the golf course today, but they'll be there. So I'm hoping for a breeze, so you don't get overwhelmed by them, and they don't become, breakfast. So anyway, good enough. Well, I'll be standing by. I think everybody's jumping out of here and they can get ready to go themselves. So have a good one, everybody. And one PS here. Good one.
Take care, Peter. Sounding good in Southeast PA this morning. And have fun golfing and watch out for those nasty feathered, quote-unquote feathered beings. Anyway, good to hear you, Peter. Name here is Perry. Papa Echo Romeo Yankee. I don't think we've ever really formally spoken before, but I've heard you on here many of times. Oops. Many times there, Peter. So great to hear you. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. 7-3 to you, Chris. AJ1G. Great to hear you as well. And we'll catch up with you. What's going on here? Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. Anyway, 7-3, guys. Have a great day. We're going to listen out, maybe head down the band. For the AM carrier net at 3835 at 8 a.m. 7-3, guys. Have a great weekend. This is W3MMR in Chester, Pennsylvania.
AJ1G. I'll be sure I got it. Okay, hey, did you happen to record the military net yesterday? I'm especially interested in seeing if, I know PHL, I couldn't find it on PHL stream, but the tail end of the military net, I did a web-assisted, got a bunch of the UK stations up on 3885. Through an internet relay type situation. Do you happen to capture that? Like the only thing I saw yesterday is you did the Lonely Guys on 3875. Do you happen to catch the military net and put that up on AM window?
No, I never woke up. I woke up at 5 and didn't hear any conditions, so I went back to sleep. So no, Chris, unfortunately I did not get any of the old military radio net yesterday. My apologies for that. But however, I'm wondering, I'm trying to think if Phil's stream didn't have it, somebody's stream has it. I think there's more than just me and Phil streaming. I'll have to look around, but no, I unfortunately did not get it there, Chris.
Okay, yeah, I looked on YouTube last night. It looks like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I've been listening to these guys. They've got a group called BMARS, British Military Amateur Radio Society, kind of like our old military radio net. They run a net on 3615. It starts about 03:30 a.m. our time. It ends up about the time our net starts, and I've been listening to that net, and I've been emailing a couple of the guys, and I've had a couple of QSOs, one-on-one QSOs, me listening on 3615, which is their 3885, and they're listening to 3885, and those went very well. And yesterday I brought in a whole bunch of those guys were standing by, and and they kind of checked in. They checked in on 3615, and I, basically did left my carrier up while I was talking to them, and their audio. I fed the web SDR from the UK, into my mixer board and retransmitted. It was basically full duplex. Linked to them with the internet, and put the whole thing out on my signal at the end of our net. About 5 or 6 UK stations that came up and got in there, and we were going to send a bunch of stations from this end back, but my signal was done, and the Midwest guys kind of came in and messed up things on 85. It was a fun experiment. It worked out very well. And those guys sounded like they were, right here in town. So there's local SDR over there, the Hack Green Secret Nuclear Bunker Web SDR. Pretty interesting Web SDR. It's a very interesting location. It's kind of like a military museum, Cold War military museum over there. But and last night I guess I heard Ladies Night. They had Ladies Night too on Gary and company, I guess. Interesting. We just talk about radio for the most part. More touchy-feely things, I thought. AJ,
of course, after this week's venture.
Yeah, I hear you in there, Chris. Some guys down south, I didn't know they were still in there. Dan's like 30 over here. He's taking you out, so I'm gonna stand on the side bit. I don't want to for Chris for a bit here. I don't want to get in the way of them down there with their nets. So anyway, we'll catch up with you a little bit later, Chris. Sorry I didn't get that for you. And yeah, last night was Ladies Night, man. Had a really good time. That recording should be up there as well. We'll catch up with you a little bit later, Chris. Like I said, I don't want to stand in the middle of this guy's net, so we'll catch you later. AJ1G W3MMR 7-3 for now.
Let me in. Okay, yeah, they're coming in pretty good up this way now. 273, I'll be on the carrier.
All right, we'll see you then.
3880, and quite a few of the guys in the Northeast up there operating, so huge amount of heterodyne here. So a guy's put me in as one. Way back to that next control there. KR4. Pick it up. Here it is.
Every Saturday morning on the military channel there at 5 a.m. So I always turn it on. You wake up in the morning. Catch you guys later. I'm getting ready to head out of here. See ya.
Take a drive up the mountain and see what the situation is up there. I haven't been up there in a couple of weeks, and I'm sure I'm going to have to cut grass or something. I don't like to do that on Sunday, but we might have to do it today. Anyways, that's a rundown of what's going on here. We're still working from home, and I did take a drive to my office Friday, and I picked up the mail that was sent down there, then I stopped at my apartment in Pittsburgh, and I hadn't been there in 2.5 months. So I checked it out. Everything's okay, and I came back down here. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell. So give it over to Jeff. I hope he's hearing me okay. W8SAJ and the X60 Prenet. This is WA3MJY.
big turnaround and said that they had
I think they were the unofficial guards keeping track of what was going on.
Yeah, there was always somebody in the sunroom out front, and they were, they had the resident was in the sunroom with a cell phone, and their family member or friend was on the other side of the glass with a cell phone talking to one another.
Okay.
That's exactly. I mean, somebody had seen, I think Steve had told me that it sounds like a rescue thing. They treat them nice. He said there's, he's always got somebody in there checking on her, checking her vitals, and then they feed her 3 times a day. That's always somebody rotating in, like to get somebody who's bringing her medication. She's got a lot of interaction with people, even though she's in quarantine.
That's the thing here, Sherman. That's a little micro bit of information I'll share. There are a couple of huge retirement facilities near me. I mean, huge. And neither one has a case. And I know quite a few workers from both of them. And I can tell you that those workers are not, one of them came up and hugged me, like a month ago, first time I saw her. I was kind of like jumping back, But I guarantee you, there's no telling how many people she's hugged. And yet, there's not a single case, and there are hundreds and hundreds of people that work there that are coming and going. And yet, not a single case of infection. So, to me, that's a fairly useful micro bit of information that I can extrapolate to macro. It would be almost impossible to keep it out of these places if it was anywhere near as widespread and easy to contract as they say it is.
I'm wearing a mask right now.
A lot of people wear them in the car. I was in the convertible yesterday. In fact, I'm going to get a bra for the car, so it's got a mask too.
Well, I have to admit, I've had it on in the car because, and I was talking to a buddy of mine because I seen him and I was teasing him about it. Cheapy mask that I have, you can only take it off and on so many times and the damn string comes off.
Yeah, me too, Frank. I'm just kidding you, bud.
Oh, so I was leaving it on because I want them to last as long as I got to wear these stupid things. And because the damn string, they're so cheaply made, at least the ones I have.
They're
meant to be used over and over again.
Stores, Frank.
What was that?
They haven't made us wear them here. So, like where you are, you had to wear one to go in the store, right?
Oh, yeah, you couldn't go into supermarkets. You couldn't go in any of them places without a mask. Probably better off not touching people anyway. I mean, what do you got to touch somebody for? Some stranger? You got to grab their hand? God knows where that hand's been.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, really,
world, that's right. That's the way it is. You just acknowledge them, but nobody shakes hands unless they're talking to a Westerner.
I'll tell you, when even way before this thing, if I'm in a restaurant sitting there and I run into somebody I know, I'm not touching their hand while I'm sitting at the table. You never know where that hand's been. I wash my hands before I eat. I always did. Guy
Tilt your head and say, I throw.
Yeah, it's like I just got a text because How many times you go into a men's room, you see somebody taking a piss that don't wash their hands?
Hell, in Japan, you have to eat right-handed.
What I'm saying is, somebody's in the men's room. You see them in the men's room. They don't wash their hands when they leave. Now I'm going to shake somebody's hand like that. It's like grabbing their pee-pee.
Or worse.
Or worse.
Hey, Brian, remember Neil Borch talking about that? No, remember this.
Yeah. It's the same thing, Ernie.
Neil Borch used to talk about that. He said, well, you always take OBP for washing your hands. I'm already clean is what he'd say.
W2 SDR.
AC4GL. 104WC.
A4M.
W4ATM.
Shaking hands is already complicated anyway, Frank, by the fact that the European handshake has wiggled its way into the corporate world. If you're in corporate America, one of your key skills is being able to time you sticking your hand out in such a way that you can look at the other guy and figure out which way he's going to go, so that you can go the way he's going without him realizing that that's what you're doing. Key corporate skill. All right, I got a buddy's an accountant, CPA. He's in about 50. And when you go to shake hands with him, he kind of holds back to shaking your hand to see if you're going to extend your hand in the traditional handshake or what now they do. All the European guys in the golf do what what we call it's more like the brother handshake. Where you know what I'm saying? So he holds back until he sees which way you're going to go. So it's always fun when I shake his hand because I don't see him that often. I kind of try to throw a curve at him and do one or the other differently each time to see how he reacts.
What is the brother handshake? Bumping knuckles?
No, it's when you grasp each other's fist kind of instead of the flat part. Holding your hand out flat. I don't know how to. It's
like the hippie handshake?
I guess. I don't even know what you mean. It preceded the high five and the low five and the fist bump, all that stuff. But you grasp each other's hand, but you have your hand turned at an angle, so you kind of your fingers are kind of pointed toward the ground instead of pointed toward each other. And you ball your fists up around each other's fists. Oh, you hadn't. You just, you not. Anyway.
I think those days are over. Somebody's trying to elbow touch instead of a fist bump.
All right, there's 10 kinds of handshakes. Here's the first one is head fish. Yeah, it's like when you shake somebody's hand and it feels like a dead fish.
Yeah, I think the handshake days are behind us. Maybe not.
I'm kind of glad I'm not wild about touching people anyway. I'm not touching anybody.
Remember the bump where you would pop each other's butt?
Oh, yeah.
We could do that instead, do the bump. No?
guys, married guys, you don't know how lucky you have it, man. You try to go out and date today between women with STDs and everything else. Now this damn virus. Don't want to touch anybody, male or female.
Thank you. Well, it's not just that. Say down, you need to come down here again. I mean, we're out, and a lot of these people have Facebooked me since all this mess started. All these girls that I grew up with, they're all divorced, and they don't have any pictures of any men in their on their Facebook page. I mean, it appears to me, I don't know what they're doing exactly, but it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel, bud.
Fish in a barrel, huh?
It looks like to me, man. I have to kind of watch what I say to a lot of them. I don't want them to get the wrong idea, because, man, I got 2 women in my life already, and that's all I can handle.
You sound like a real lover boy.
No, not really. Never had a lot of girlfriends.
Right now, I guess, right?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I never had many girlfriends, Frank. I dated a lot. I'll put my wife's hives up against any. In other words, I'm married way up.
My son texted me because he's listening. He says they could drown in that barrel as far as he's concerned. I love it. I ain't going down that road again, man. The hell with that. Been there, done that, and that's that. That chapter is that page has been turned.
I mean, that's what a couple of these girls I spoke with told me. Like, they didn't foresee getting married ever again. Handshake etiquette on the internet, and I could imagine, but there's not a picture of this other kind of handshake. So I don't. Who knows? Where I see it is on the golf job. You'll see it at the end of the golf tournaments when the guys shake hands at the end of the round.
You have to touch somebody anyway. I mean, what's with that? I don't have to touch anybody to say that I like them or hello or anything. I don't want to touch you. I don't want nobody touching me. I had one already, Bill.
Yeah, man, there's a growing list of doctors coming out against that, and I don't blame them.
I had a growing virtual digital exam the last time. He told me to stick my own finger up my ass. Here's a YouTube. Here's a link to a YouTube. Here's how you do it, and get back to me after you do it. I don't think they do that anymore. The last time I had the physical about a month ago, that's like optional now. You don't have to the PSA is good enough. Yeah, well, we'll leave that up to Ernie.
So you do a virtual payment too? So the federal judge here has blocked the governor's restriction on religious services, and the governor's not appealing. That's going to make for an interesting situation.
Oh, when I went to the vet yesterday, Well, the day before to drop my cat off, and then I picked him up yesterday. He had to spend the night, and the doctor came out, the vet came out and met me in the parking lot with masks on and everything, and I couldn't go in the place. I had to wait out in the car while they examined him and everything, and they did the credit card payment. They only take credit cards now over the phone.
Yeah, same here with the vet.
Yeah, that's the way he did it, and, you know.
That's the way I used to do my dogs, drop him off anyway. I'd drop him off at 8 in the morning, come back and pick him up after court.
Had to put a mask on my cat. Had to go in there with a mask on. The cat had a mask. Didn't like it one bit either.
I hadn't heard too much since that, there was that article about the dog that had tested positive for COVID. That was all over the place. You know, all these old grandmas were worried to death their dogs were going to get it.
We had 2 SDR. That's like it's like a dog with poison ivy or something. I mean, the virus or the poison ivy could be on their coat, then you touch them, you know.
And I got poison ivy through my pants and sock the other day, Frank. I am so allergic to that mess. Never was until my 30s.
Oh, that's nasty. That could blow in the air and get on you.
Yeah, you got to watch it when you're cutting trees, man. Sometimes there'll be a vine of it on the tree, and man, anyway. Yeah. I think the oak, I'm a little more, poison oak is worse than poison ivy for me. Good morning, WB0JZG, AC4 Golf Lima. This is Glenn in North Carolina, man. Yeah, 5'9" here. You're out of the noise, 10 or 15 decibels. The noise level's high here. Maybe some of the other guys can give you a report. Yeah, I got you as not. Well, I'm on the beverage, so it's hard to tell. But I'm saying you're 10 to 20 decibels out of the noise, which is pretty good. My noise level's real high. I have the preamp on when I'm running the beverage, so it's kind of hard, to tell, but yeah, your signal's fine. You hear him all right, Frank?
Yeah, the zero, go ahead. It's W2 SDR here in New Jersey. Where were you and what's your call again? You're about an S8 to 9 up here in New Jersey, about 40 miles west of Atlantic City.
Are you all running a lot of power?
Oh, yeah, kind of. Bicycle?
It's on my bicycle. It's a short one. It's a 12-mile time trial. It's a 20-kilometer.
I'm a Cat 3 racer up here, so I could identify with that.
Yeah, I'm too old for Cat 3
That's great. Well, good luck to you. Best of luck. Be careful.
Alright, well, you guys keep on. I could resist you talking about these virtual physicals. If they could pay virtually and not really pay, that would be good.
What's the handle up there in Minnesota?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Kevin, Kilo Echo Victor, India, Norway.
Okay. Kevin, yeah, we were talking to you yesterday on your neighbor was down there, W4BVU.
Yeah, no, I got the antenna put up properly and they got me in the RF in the shack and it's loading up pretty good. And it's definitely doing better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're piling in.
Well, you know, you're 20 to 30 over 9. No problem. I don't know where you at.
Yeah, just Atlanta Metro, just west of Atlanta.
All right, well, I feel like stronger today than I was yesterday.
Well, I heard you were pretty strong yesterday, too. What did you do? You fixed the antenna?
No, I'm on my back.
Okay, yeah, it looks like you may be a little stronger out of the noise today. You were doing fine yesterday, though. Yes, calm down. You should have been here 2 hours ago.
Which is surprising that you can load a 40-meter delta loop on 80 and get anything out at all. Anyway, see you again, WE0JZG.
Yeah, you were about 10, 15 dB out of noise on a delta loop. It's surprising. But you have only 25 out of noise. You're fine. You're pretty from 40 there on QSC.
So are you. I mean, my gosh, I got a good pipeline to Atlanta. That's great because I've got friends I talk to on AM down there on 3885, so that'll be good.
Yeah, it'll keep happening. And then go back down.
All right, I gotta run WE0JZG.
That sounds good.
doing it in practice, wondering when he was going to bust it out, and it was right there. Oh, spot now, showing is Jordan Neumann. Mark Reinhardt, 4, followed by Lima, David Runapop. Mike Crossley, followed by Alice Bear, Kite up there, and Mark Bear. Oh, big air there! Followed by Lima, David Runapop. Mike Crossley, followed by Alice Bear, Kite up there, and Mark Bear.
show SDR.
See the accomplishment of it watered down by that because, I mean, and I guess it's all right.
Exactly what tire you're like.
There's so many countries where nobody's on the air that you can hear on CW or phone. And then just throw out a Pakistan, P1, it's very difficult to work. Some of those countries, Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, are tough paths for the U.S., especially the East Coast. They're pretty easy to work on FT8. Man, I don't think most of them have enough money to own a radio, and then the ones that do, I think the government is pretty, very limited stations on the air from Pakistan for some reason. And Syria is one of the few. I mean, Syria used to be on all the time, but really by the time I got my license, 88, Syria was pretty semi-rare and hard to work, and of course it's non-existent these days. Syria, no activity. And Turkmenistan is another one that was I've got all kind of contacts with Turkmenistan, but I don't count for DXCC. I don't know about that one. I heard you guys talking about it earlier, but I wasn't sure. Okay.
Anybody know offhand what's the tower leg spacing on Roan 25?
Let's say, what's the question again, Frank?
Tower leg spacing on Roan 25.
And the book right here, give me a second. And a half inch equilateral triangle.
All right, so it's 12 and a half inch. That would be like center to center.
I'm guessing that's, you know what? That's probably the outside dimensions, Frank.
I'm looking at this sidearm mount. I'm just wondering if their sidearm mount would fit on my universal aluminum tower. sidearm mount. Probably make one just with a piece of pipe and angle iron, a couple of U-bolts. You barefoot this morning, Brian? Yeah, band's weird this morning. I guess the absorption getting into the warm weather. I want to put a side more on my 50-foot tower for an anemometer for a weather station. Yeah, I'll come up with something.
I'm going to put one on mine, too. There's the one my brother has. That you can link online so people can see all your information. I don't remember. I think this one's wired.
I'm going to the Pete Brothers, probably the Model 800. Wired one.
Okay, comment. So get some
over to Bud and let's see, and then Bud, you can send it to Bob, and we'll carry on here with some pre-net action. K1LC in the AM carrier pre-net. This is N1 VIV.
Yet this morning, but if I remember that we're supposed to get some precipitation today, but I'm not sure about that. Anyhow, anti-squirreling, I actually had to buy a new gas grills. I think I told you guys last week the squirrels ate through a rubber hose on. I didn't realize they liked that kind of stuff, and the hose on the grill with a few place, and so I'm thinking that Mr. Squirrel's going to have a hard time getting through it. And so I come to find out that that's fairly common, that they do that a lot. I've never heard of it before, and so he deflate. I don't turn the gas grill off, the tank off. And deflate the whole bottle of, probably had about a 3/4 of a tank. Coke. He must have got a sloop full of propane. Maybe he's addicted to it. I don't know. But anyhow. Alright, so who I'm supposed to turn it back to, if anybody, so I'm going to turn it back to you. W1GTH.
W1GTH. Then everybody we can get it, and Steve KB2NQN, and I guess Bud or somebody had mentioned the gym was, I'm assuming Jim's in there, so that's, let me see what time it is. Oh, we got about 7 minutes. Actually, the good news on our cat update is that she's seen tough days this week, and then and she's really asking for food this morning. So I gave her some food with the medicine in it to start. We always got to start there to get the medicine in her. That seems to be helping. Callie, our 11-year-old cat with liver disease, unfortunately, and so now she's looking for some regular food. So we're gonna go give her some of that. So we had Steve check in now. I heard Steve KB2NQN, and then Jim WA1UQM. I'm gonna crank up the audio or run upstairs and put the food down and be right back. But Steve, I'll send it to you. KB2NQN, and then if you could send it to Jim WA1UQM, then I'll be back at the switch by the time both of you are done.